Welcome, birds and turds, to the Angry Bird Pod Show. This is take 2. I messed up the first time, but I don't care anymore. We're experiencing some interesting technical difficulties this week, so if it's weird, it's my fault. I'm sorry. How are you, Matt?
Yeah, good. I swear I didn't already open this.
Yeah, totally.
And I'm pretty sure last time I said Opa, so we'll go with that.
You said open wrong.
No, Opa.
I know.
Oh shit! Sorry.
I know. I've seen my big fat Greek wedding.
Cheers.
Cheers, buddy. I actually had to go buy a brand new case of this today.
Same.
You buy the big boys.
Yeah, of course. I don't know if the old slightly sweetened come in the small ones.
Did I
I
mention
don't know if I've seen them.
Did I mention last time that I was somewhere and there was one and I had it and it was good? I think I did.
No, I don't know if you did, or I didn't listen. That's also an issue I have.
Probably true.
That's an issue I have.
Yeah, I can't remember. Oh, I think my in-laws came over or I went over there and there was one. I think they just grabbed one. They're the kind of people who go to the liquor store or LCBO and grab like one of this thing, one of that thing, and one of that, and then just.
I've never been brave enough. I see people walk out of there with like Flying Monkey beer and then this like little brewery, and I'm just like, I don't know. Give me my lady teas.
I don't really like beer, and so like, but all the cans look fun, so I always want to buy one of those cans, but I never do it.
Yeah, I used to be a beer guy, but like, I don't know, the teas just, they were a summer thing, and then they turned into a fall thing, and then they turned into a winter thing, and then they turned into a podcast thing, and now it's basically an identity, and it's just like, just go with it. Just go with it.
It's because you're so twisted.
Yeah. Yes. There's a bit of twist in there.
Yeah, for sure. The only beer that I do like is I think most wheat beers, so like Kronenberg Blanc and that kind of stuff. But then I always sound like a uppity prick when I order it, because people are like, "Yeah, I'll have a Coors or I'll have a Canadian or something." I'm just like, "A Kronenberg Blanc, please."
Yeah, you're like the wine of beer guys.
Yeah, but I like don't care about beer, and I don't want to put forward that notion that I might, so I don't.
You should just go with it.
Saturday, I'm going to the auto show, and usually we go out for a drink after, so maybe I'll do it then.
That time of year, I guess, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Wow. The auto show, the boat show, the outdoor show, like
Sure,
that basically means summer. I'm going to probably see a red winged blackbird within the next 3 weeks, probably.
Yep.
Is that the new thing? Do I try to throw my hat in the ring with the breath shot? Yeah, but with like this big a bokeh.
You were saying that you wanted a new project, so maybe that could be a good one.
Yeah, I think so. I think I've stuck to a project for a while and made some progress. I'm definitely going to go back to that, but I think it's time to just switch into something else and give the feed a little bit of a fresh look.
I'm pointing to more Twisted Teas right here.
I'm pointing to the 300. You had that in your hand.
I did. It hurt my arm. No, I'm just kidding. My arms were already sore. No, and
weight-wise.
No, it's sturdy, which it should be. But yeah, I was surprised by it. I didn't know what I was doing with it, and
I feel that. Yeah. Well, the first couple times you're like, it's just so different. Luckily, I played around with the 135 for like a month or two before getting that, and then the 400. So it was kind of a simple transition, but yeah, it would be a stark difference from, a super zoom to something shorter
hole.
Yeah, exactly. And it was a wide hole,
a big fat hole,
a big old hole.
Yeah. We went to a park to shoot some deuces. A place.
Yes. Yeah.
It could be anywhere, we don't know. And
it was down by the river, by the lake,
where the
by that
watermelons
place
grow?
Yeah, by the place down back to my home.
Yeah It was down there, so if you know the place, it was right beside
Sorry.
it. Yeah. And I had mentioned that I might want to, or you, mostly you actually, were like, you should use this, and I was like, all right, I'll use it for a bit.
You were reluctant.
I was reluctant because you always also preach to like use your stuff and shoot within the limits of your lens and like don't
Sure.
covet other stuff necessarily. So I didn't want that lens after
Mm-hmm.
you've handed it to me. But there's definitely it definitely is a different thing. Like
You tried hard to not like it, like the first day I talked to you after about it.
mhm.
You're like, I don't know, I like this better. Like that lens isn't great. And you said, I'll let you explain, but you said something also that like is very spot on about the differences between the two lenses. Do you remember? You said one
I
is for
think
making
yeah.
art, yeah, and the other is for more documentation or like some. And you're spot on. It really is because
Mhm.
they just have two different use cases.
I don't think I say that in a way that you can't make art with
Hmm.
the 200 800 or
Right.
anything else that's a low f number, but
Right.
definitely like you throw a 2.8 at an appropriately distanced subject with some nice shit in the background and
Yeah.
art happens.
It just happens automatically. You don't even like. I remember when Ray was on, or we were on Ray's, and he said, "What is creativity to you?" And I said F11,
Mm-hmm.
and then just kind of scoffed at me because it's like there's no creativity at F11. Well, it's
Yeah.
true though. Once you do kind of get to those wider and faster apertures, it does it for you. So I still am not creative. The lens is just doing a lot of the legwork.
Yeah. I uh I like I like shooting it. I would like to acquire something in that range at some point.
Hmm.
Um and one thing that I noticed right away was this is a hard thing to describe and it's wrong, but it feels right. So when I slapped the 135 on, I mentioned to you that I felt like what I was seeing was the same kind of field of view as the 135. And I know that people say that like a 50 or a 35 is kind of like a human vision
Hmm.
width. So
Not taking into consideration like peripheral and like blurred area. I
kind of.
think that's kind of key too, right?
Well, I think so, but I think even like the 35 or 50, I don't remember which one exactly. Like even the blurry part, like you can get that with that lens, like it'll focus out this way, like to what you're
Hmm.
seeing.
Hmm.
But I think I've shot longer telephotos for enough time that I don't see this when
Right.
I'm looking at
Same.
an image. I look over here.
Yeah. Like
So when I was,
you look with purpose and you look with compression in mind.
I don't think I look with purpose, but I definitely look.
All right.
But I'll be like, that over there might be a shot. And then when I used the 135, I was like, oh, that's kind of where I was looking.
Hmm.
Then when I put the 300 on, I was like, oh, it's what I was looking at, but bigger. But then the 800, I think 800. I'm like, I need to shoot way over there. It's going to be super compressed. There's going to be no stuff behind it. But the 135 and the 300, it's like, oh, this tree, this thing over here is going to be there, but out of focus.
Yeah.
The subject still feels substantial. I think that's the depth of field of it. Because like if I took the same 300 shot with the 2 to 8,
Right.
it probably would just look like a cell phone picture. Like it's the
It would
same
just
kind of
be like a
flat.
flat image. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it gives you kind of like that 3D kind of look where it's like your subject still pops out even though it's at a smaller size.
Yeah. Which
Yeah.
makes it feel more, it
Artistic.
feels bigger and artistic. It feels bigger in the frame. Because I think
Yeah.
everyone I think wants to do portraits, bird portraits.
Sure.
And that's definitely a style. I've crapped on bird on a stick type images, which I have taken some. I do like some images that I've taken, or in other people's images of bird on a stick, but there's just a lot of it, and I want more. But then I get kind of pigeonholed into the 800 being only like you only get like this much around, especially if
Hmm.
you're shooting at 800.
Yep.
But the 300 gives you that wider view of more things.
Yeah, you can shoot a subject that's a little further into the scene and get more in there
Yeah,
without it being
I,
flat, like you said.
I liked it, and it kind of reminded me a little bit of I did have the 300 f4 for a while.
Yeah.
On it was on a crop body, so it's only 400 ish mil, but it felt similar to that.
Hmm.
It was good, and I did like it. I think that I would like to add one of those, but I also don't think that I want to sacrifice this guy for
Of
that.
course. Yeah. If there was a perfect world, I would still probably have that lens along with these because there's a purpose for it. Like there's still great lenses. Like for songbirds, if I want to like really focus on songbirds, I don't think the 300-2.8 is the lens for that for an everyday encounter.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like you can kind of sit back a little bit with the 2-8 and still get those nice tight frames. So
Yeah,
there's definitely a purpose. Yeah.
yeah. I think that, but when I was using it, I was still kind of doing that thing where I'm like, duck, psh, duck, psh, duck, doing
Yeah.
something, psh.
Yeah.
And I didn't, even though I said I was gonna, I didn't plan enough the idea. There was a couple times where I kind of my default is to track things for some reason.
Hmm.
So there's a bunch of shots I have that are just blurry everything because it was at like stupid early in the morning and there was no light. So I
Yeah.
was
What a terrible idea, Kyle.
no, it's a good idea, but I don't. I'm not. I need to work better at knowing how to shoot in that
Yeah.
time. Does that make
Yep.
sense?
Yep. Oh, it's definitely a skill
Mm-hmm.
to be able to like. I think one thing I said to you. I think the only thing I said to you is when you're shooting these things, just you can't shoot into the water because like the water's the same color as the duck. You'll never acquire
Mm-hmm.
focus at that time that you need to get it so low that the background or the cityscape or the bokeh or whatever is actually the background so you can separate the two and that's where it actually shines because you
Mm-hmm.
don't have a chance shooting into like dark water with a bit of ripple on it with a duck like it doesn't know. It has a terrible time. That's not its fault. That's kind of your
Yeah.
fault or my fault for expecting it to.
It's also my fault for kicking my camera out of eye autofocus at some point.
Well, a new lens on it. You're trying different things. You're laying sideways
I
on
got
a
gloves on.
an ice shelf
Yeah.
that's slipping right into the water. There's actually like ice floats moving the ducks and swans around. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun. It was I love shooting that. I think it would have been more fun if there were less ducks. I think there
Oh
was too
yeah.
many
That's
ducks.
a great point. That's a great point. Yeah. For that small area,
Yeah.
it's hard to isolate.
It's interesting because you want that sort of they're forced to go into a small area, but then
Yeah.
also when there's 6 billion ducks in that small area, it's like you
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
But then like,
And the photobombing swans.
oh
What
man,
did I call it? I called it Swantanamo Bay.
Swantanamo Bay.
Like it was just like hell for a bit. They were at one point they like I don't know if this was the day you were there or the previous week, but they were trying to grab my camo like ear flap hat,
Mm-hmm.
my lumberjack hat, and they were like trying to pull it into the water. So like they mess with you a bit.
They're jerks.
Yeah.
I showed people a video I took while we were sitting there, and Craig was trying to tell me something, and there 4 trumpeter swans are on the other side of him, just like. And I was like, "Shut up!" Like, I think even in the little clip, I was like, "What?" Like, just Craig's
Yeah.
closer to me than they are, and it's still
And you
they're
still
making-
can't hear them.
No,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they
I
cause
don't-
a ruckus.
oh yeah, but I I had an idea for a shot with them. It kind of didn't work, but it also kind of almost did. I don't think the 35, which what I was trying to use, was the right focal length for it. I think I should have used the 50. I think I needed more compression, but still pretty wide to do the picture that I have in my head. But it's not hard to get within 6 inches of a goose or a
No.
swan. So
Well, that too.
I'll
They
have more
were
chances.
around too. Yeah.
they're always around. I don't think you can
Yeah,
go
like
anywhere.
the opportunity to go there with the proper lens and get that shot is just sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was sitting on the John just before this, so I didn't have to do it during this, and I was kind of scrolling.
Pre-game.
Pre-game,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And I saw somebody, it was just unreal, of someone being like, I walked around with my $500 lens in Costa Rica, and then showed a bunch of pictures of various animals that they saw in Costa Rica. And a shot that I generally like, but I never think to shoot or know how, is like through stuff. I think we've talked about it before.
Yeah.
But I think with the 300 2.8 or anything 2.8 or f4 at a certain focal length, it makes those, like, if I took the same pictures that they were with my camera, those leaves would have been in focus. But with the faster lens, you can kind of pull the subject further out of what the chaotic,
you're just getting
chaoticness.
tones. Whereas like with the 800 f9, you'll be getting like a bit of definition.
Yeah.
You can still make out what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that I need, well, this isn't news. This is the most, everyone should know this statement I'm going to make here. But I think I just need to spend some more time with it to understand what it can shoot.
Right.
So getting back to every point you've ever made, like, use your stuff, learn your stuff, learn what it does, learn what it doesn't do.
And that's probably why you're seeing a bit of repetition, like in my feed, if you follow, is because like that's literally what I'm doing as I'm going out in that certain situation, and I am learning the lens and seeing what I can get and hopefully upgrading as I go. But you're seeing the progression.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of what it's about. You got to spend time with it. Like you said, you wanted to try something new. Maybe this is something, work with backgrounds a little more, consider them, bokeh, stuff like that. And I'm doing the same thing. I'm just probably like 6 weeks ahead of you currently, and that's the difference. It's the same mindset, you know.
Yeah, I can say all I want on the podcast, and then when I'm sitting there in the water, or not in the water, beside the water, I just forget all that, and I just start going back to default of just pushing buttons and spraying at stuff, and
I think
that's what I gotta not do. Yeah, I know.
I do. Even to my own degree, like I'm still coming away with probably a lot of the same shots. The only difference that I didn't is when the sun came up that one day and they were landing into me, like that kind of broke up the monotony of all the bokeh. So like, I mean, I fall into that repetition too.
Yeah, I think like we're getting back to old school now. I think we've mentioned this in the podcast before, but since we don't, or I less than you, don't get out that often, I need to make the most. I feel like I need to fill up my card with a shit ton of pictures to not waste, but then I end up just with a shitload of pictures I don't like.
Right.
Rather than if I were to
mean something.
Yeah. So when I came back, I messaged you, or like maybe it was the next day, because I think I was putting together a couch the afternoon we got back. But I was like, I don't like any of these pictures. And I started sending you some, and you were like, some of them are okay, some of them are good. And I was like, they're all just blue with a duck. Like they were just, and then it wasn't only this, but you told me to run them through the denoise in Adobe Lightroom.
Yeah, because you're probably shooting at like what, 12,800 ISO?
At least 10.
You had to have been up there. Yeah.
Yeah. Some of them are 25 something. So I did that, and then it was like, not that noise is necessarily bad, but what noise does, and what I don't like that noise does, is kind of like what we just mentioned. It makes the image flat. Like there's just it feels like there's a layer on top of the whole image.
Yeah.
And because that layer is there, I don't look into the picture. Like you're just stuck to the front of it.
It's like a layer of channel 4, but you don't get channel 4.
Yeah. It's just fuzz.
Yeah.
The wavy thing.
Yeah.
So after I did that, I was like, okay, this is different. And then again, this is basically just me, not that our listener thinks that I'm a good photographer, but this is just even more reinforcing the fact that I'm terrible. I just like will get a picture and I'll slap basically what I don't have necessarily an idea of what I want the picture to look like necessarily. So I'll just start going through the list of presets I have and just seeing which one I think works. And with the blue hour type shots, it's all blue. Like it's just going to be blue.
Yeah.
But what I when I just did that, it didn't work. So then what I did was the background was its nice blue, and then I pulled the shadows on the bird only a little bit, and then
Mhm.
it started to, okay, this is something. And then I
And then the
applied the
warmth.
yeah, and I applied the
Yeah.
denoise and stuff, and then it started
Yeah.
becoming a thing.
Yeah.
So I just have to get better. I have to get reps in. I have to go out. I gotta edit stuff on a
I was
big
just gonna
screen.
say, as much as on the big screen, we'll get to that. Yeah, as much as like getting to know the lens, it's also getting to understand how to work with them in post and what necessary things you have to do. Like you said, all the right things. I even will mask and get rid of the blues that might be taking over the whites and stuff in the subject if they're not silhouette,
Hmm.
and I'll give a little more warmth to it. So then that actually gives you a bit of a separation from the blue to the subject, and it doesn't look like everything has a color cast all over it.
Yeah.
And then like I'll do that to one photo I really really like out of them all, and then I save that kind of as like per, a part-time preset,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'll just like batch apply it to all the other ones, and then just make minor adjustments so they flow. At least so they're not like all over. One's teal and one's a deep blue and one's I just kind of want it to go with the light and adjust as the light increases throughout the shoot.
Hmm. Yeah,
And that's all
that's
that's all
a good
stuff
way
you
of
got to
doing it.
learn. Yeah, you know what I mean?
For
Like
sure.
yeah.
Gesundheit.
There you go.
The I I wa- I think I will add a 3 or 400 2.8 at some point, even the Gen 1 like you have, because I see the difference. Like I see why you would have both, and like it allows you or me to shoot at stupid early in the morning, get stuff.
Which is super
Um,
fun, yeah.
yeah, if and then like, but when I slapped the 800 on, I even said it like at the time. I was like, this thing is so long. Like immediately, I was like, I'm right up into this duck's grill. Like I was like, holy shit.
Mhm.
But also, I immediately noticed that the whole world was in focus when I did that. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm missing that.
And the shooting angles change. Even though you might be
Mm-hmm.
shooting at the same angle up on an ice shelf a little bit, you can cheat it more, like stepping back away from like a red tail hawk in a tree. You can almost make it more appear more eye level by being back a little further. Same thing with shooting from to the same distance of a 300 millimeter with that separation and going to the 800. It seems like you're a lot more like cocked up and shooting down into the water more than it would be if you were a wider focal length.
I think it works both ways, and it just depends on how you're shooting. Because like the same subject distance for sure. Like if we're both
Yeah,
shooting
same
something
subject. Yeah, same
6 feet away,
distance.
yeah.
Mhm.
But like with an 800, I can get almost that same angle a lot farther away.
You could shoot a different group of ducks, of
Yeah.
course. Yeah.
So there's like again, it's just knowing what it does.
Mhm.
And I like that lens, but I don't want it to be I don't want to not have it. So I want to add the 300. I don't want
Of
to
course. Yeah.
replace the 2.8.
Yeah.
So I like having that.
Yeah.
And
Now,
that's where my mind's at.
and the F4 is like if you I've watched some videos, and like if you stop the F28 to F4, you're basically getting the same thing. I'm not saying the performance of the autofocus, and obviously you're going to be some stops slower, so the more ISO, slower shutter speed, you're gonna that's all going to come into it. But like even the F4 is something if you don't want to be there at dark, but you just want to be there at blue hour. It's still totally usable.
Well, as we both know, I'm reach queen, so like a 500 or
Mm.
600 f4 I would also take.
Have I introduced you as Reach Queen, or is this the first time we've done this? I don't think
It
we
might-
did it. I don't think we did it last episode.
I
Last
think you're right.
episode was the ethical unethical debate.
Let's not have that anymore.
No, no, we're not having that. But my point is, I don't think we actually got into the funniness of Reach Queen,
Mhm.
and you gave me Boca King, which kind of seems nasty. But
Well, I think you.
I like Reach Queen better. I want mine to be like a negative thing too.
Oh, you're saying that reach queen's a negative. Okay.
I'll just be POS.
POS king, point of sale king.
Oh, there you go.
I can't not like whenever I'm working with something that's like this is a POS system. I'm like probably is a piece of shit.
Is.
POS doesn't mean point of sale. It means piece of shit. I don't care who you are. But yeah, I think a 400 2.8 is possibly the best lens because it can be a 600 like f4 almost. It can be an 800 5.6. You
It
can
can
get
anchor your kayak.
if you if you took the Titanic, you can just anchor it offshore real quick.
It could be a lot of things, Kyle.
I know.
It can give you nerve damage. But like you said, like if you had it in a pack and you walked it to that spot and your main goal was to pull it out and use it right there,
Mm-hmm.
still talking about the lens, then like but no but if that is the way you're going to use it and you still have the 2.8 and that other option, then yeah, of course it's definitely worth adding. But as a primary lens, I don't really advise it.
Yeah, she's a
That's all.
monster.
Yes.
And like, I think a 2 to 8 would be great for like scoping out an area. So you'd be like, I don't know what I'm gonna see here.
That's one thing I am missing. Like I don't have the ability to like have that 800 and like zoom in and go, "Oh, I see something." Like
Mm-hmm.
I have to approach and go all the way out and go, "That was worth for nothing."
That was actually a T-shirt that was folded up and stuck over here. It wasn't a sleeping duck
Yeah.
like I thought.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was someone's
It
pants.
was I trespassed for a bucket. If I just had the 800, I would have known it was snowy.
Yeah, the fucking I sent you like a month or two ago, like the first bucket that I saw,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it was like one on the post and one on the ground. And I saw that one again. I drove past it the other day, and I was like, "Get me again!" Like I looked at that same field. I was like, "Oh no."
Yeah,
They're the
that's one thing
worst.
I haven't done much this year is look for snowies. Also, I raised my chair up for the viewers. This chair is creep now for some reason. So if you
Oh,
just
really?
if you slide the slider, you'll probably see me go up and down through throughout the
You're just
episode.
shrinking in your age. You're
Yeah,
just like
yeah. Well, I noticed I was like crouched down, and while we were talking, and all of a sudden I had to like stretch out, and I'm like, oh, creep,
yeah.
chair
I'm
creep,
bad for slouching. I never
chair creep,
say great. That could be your new nickname is chair creep.
chair creep. I just sit on my porch in my chair and creep.
Rocking chair. Like, hey,
Yeah.
hey.
I have been
Also,
hey.
hey.
Is that your Bad Bunny?
That's my Bad Bunny impression. Hey, hey. Hey. Oh, drove me insane.
I hear that a lot as like audio clips now for reels.
Oh, all the time. And like
Just the ace.
yeah, I'm starting to wonder if people do stuff like that wanting it to be memed,
Of course.
because it's like there's got to be an element to that in it there.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, I've seen
Anything to
it.
be viral.
I think my sister-in-law sent me a clip. I think I showed it to you. I think it was like the old guy on your on his front porch telling you to leave, and it's like, hey. It's like so
Yeah,
stupid.
that's gonna be me in 20 years.
It might be me already.
Oh, I'm already there, but like I'll physically be there because I won't be going anywhere else. That'll be like my hobby. So stay off my lawn.
With your 800 5.6, you're like, hey.
on a tripod.
Just for sure. There. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's another thing. Like with the getting back to normal talk, I guess, with the 400 being so heavy, like I have this frying pan that I turned into a ground skimmer thing, and I never use it, basically because I don't want to walk around with a frying pan. If I'm being honest,
you need a bigger bag.
I might need a bigger bag. Even how great f-stop bags are, I don't see them having a frying pan.
I still don't have mine.
Oh, it sounds like shade.
Oh, it's not their fault. But if you've ever used Global Post, who is a shipping partner with USPS, I've been on the phone, not to take your son, your sunshine here, but for like 12 straight days, I've been on the phone with them trying to figure out where my package is because it's been sitting in Carroll Springs, Illinois in transit. And they're like, "Oh, we're just waiting for the escalations inquiry to come in." It's like, you keep telling me that every damn day. Well, turns out today it just moved. So it's on its way. So I ordered this thing back January 26th.
Almost a month.
Yeah. And yeah, they're like,
Remember?
well, if it doesn't show up at this time after March 3rd, we'll send you another one. And I'm like, that's great, but like I got a trip coming up soon. I don't want to take it on. So I can
Mhm.
shamelessly plug it the whole time in my stories.
Yeah.
This is for you.
Yeah. Come on, guys. Um, you remember back when we were just wee lads and you'd be watching like the infomercial channel and it would be like, buy now and 6 to 8 weeks from now you'll have your thing.
Yeah.
Now we're like, it's been 3 weeks and I don't have my toilet
Yeah.
piece that I need. Like,
Amazon has been here 19 times since I ordered that.
yeah.
And you haven't even come once with my package. I actually told them on the phone, I said, at this point, this is an absolute disaster. You're making FedEx look good. I
I
did.
always
I said,
I always
if
hated
anybody
on
that
Canada
makes,
Post.
oh, they're terrible too. But this is like
Mhm.
USPS and Global Post. It's the same thing. And then I was wondering, is it because I'm Canadian and there's like politics involved?
Maybe we don't need to get into that.
I love my
Do
American
bags?
friends. I do. It's all
Yeah,
about love.
they're the people are
They love
fine.
us. They love us, except for a few
Mhm.
listeners.
Except for a few.
Listeners.
Yeah,
US listeners.
yeah. I I don't know when I'm gonna add one, but I'm definitely going to add one of those lenses at some point.
Yeah.
And I think instead of the frying pan, because that's kind of what I'm envisioning, just using it kind of mounted on the ground or like that we did before, like laying down. I want to get like a mini tripod so that I can
Mhm.
like jam that in the backpack, not jam it in my back, and unfold it flat on the ground and then kind of station the lens there.
Mhm.
That's my new plan. I don't know when that's going to happen, but that's my new plan.
The
And
tripod still works for all the lenses, so you might as well get that and figure out what use cases it's for and what areas you can use it at and
yeah,
go from there. And see if
like
it can
last
handle
year,
12 pounds.
I'll have to look at the specs. Be like, this thing's
Just
only rated
stand.
for 9.
Just stand on it, and if it doesn't break, it'll be good for the 400-2.8.
Yeah, I probably equivalently weighted to the 400-2.8. The frying pan was great. I used it a couple times last year, but it was like a spot where I knew there was a mud flat or dirt flat that I was going to be laying on. So I was like, I'll go to that. That's the spot I'm going to.
Yeah.
There was no other spot. So for that, it's good. But then I'm still walking around with a frying pan. Like it's just weird. It clangs. It's just a cumbersome sort of, because with the gimbal on it, it's like tall, but also fat and wide. It's just weird. And I don't like walking around with it.
I have one too, and I don't use it. I'd rather just throw myself in the mud and my camera in the mud and deal with it later. Because
Yeah.
like even with the gimbal, like you're still up a little bit higher than you want. I want like
Mhm.
the little sand fleas to be like flicking me in the face when I'm
Oh.
sideways looking through my EVF. Because I
Uh-huh.
don't even like using the LCD sometimes. I don't know. I think we talked about this. There's a difference between like composing in the EVF than there is the LCD screen. That's my personal opinion. I think it's like anything, it's maybe what I'm comfortable with. And then like if I just used the rear LCD a lot more, it would come more natural. But like I just like looking through and having, I don't know. It's like having the eye up to it.
I don't think I sent it to you, but I saw a reel today where a guy, you can buy like a cable that's a capture card, and he plugged it into his Canon camera and into his Meta
Yeah, oh,
Quest
yeah,
3,
yeah. Yeah.
and he was shooting like volleyball or badminton or something, and he showed his perspective of what the Meta Quest is seeing, because that one you can see out. Mine, I think it's a 2, so it's just this black and white ugly thing. But essentially, you can blow the monitor up to be like huge, so your EVF could be like the size of a 100-inch television, like in your view, and
Right.
that'd be kind of dope. Just be like, oh, sick.
I bet it was women's sports too, wasn't it?
I don't think so. I think it was like high school or something. But I
High
see what you're
school
getting
women?
at. No,
What a creep.
what a creep. What a
What's
what a
his,
chair
what's his
creep.
YouTube?
I don't know. I did save the video. I can drop it.
Oh, I bet you did.
How dare you? But like he also looked like a goof just standing at the side of the
yeah.
pitch or field or
Someone
arena.
someone deleted a post because they took two selfies and he had his meta glasses on and his camera. And I go, if I saw myself dressed like that, I'd have to kick my own ass. And then I went back to see my comment to see if it did anything, and it was gone. Like the whole post was gone. I'm like, oh, I didn't mean to do that. I was just
Yeah.
quoting Adam Sandler in Happy Gilmore. Oh, I wonder why people don't like me.
I don't wonder. I know. Too soon?
No, it's right on cue.
Okay, perfect. But yeah, like I don't think I would actually do that because you're right. Like I wouldn't. Also, like you could just fall in the water. Like you can trip on something. Like you shouldn't be putting that shit on your face unless you can see.
Or you're stationary.
I guess, but
yeah,
that's another thing actually.
Or if you have a handler.
Just come here. When I'm like 80 and the nurse is like scooching me around.
The sun is too bright, but I still want to see.
Wheel me over there.
Yeah.
But that was another thing I wanted to get to touch on is because I forgot. I basically went to that spot and stayed where I started.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I should have moved.
I don't know though, because I think you touched on that where you said there were so many ducks that like, I don't know what you're going to achieve. Like basically you just sat down and said, okay, whatever comes in front of me is what I'll shoot. I don't know if changing positions makes much of a difference.
I think
you would have lost all the bokeh. Who wants that?
Well, I think where I'm going with that is like, you can, I guess, either stay in one spot and kind of go, what can I do from here? Or you can say, what can I do from over there? Like if the ducks weren't going anywhere.
So no, I agree with that. I agree with that.
So I could have went to the other side. I could have went a little farther down. I could have.
Do you mean like after the sun was up? Because I think like where we were for pre-sunrise is kind of like, it's kind of where you want to be with the backgrounds and the lights and stuff like that. If that's with the lenses you were using. After that, yeah, I couldn't agree more that like you obviously want to use the whole area and find different compositions.
Yeah, I think mainly I need to get better at being deliberate and trying for a shot. Like I was saying before, like I always track things, but what I should have done is kind of lined up a shot that I think would have been cool and kind of waited for a duck or saw a duck moving a certain direction and go, oh, like maybe kind of scope out a few different shots that I think the background would look cool. Yeah. And kind of
waited for that to kind of happen.
Yeah. Or just like, pay attention to where stuff's swimming around and then kind of be more. That's the kind of deliberacy. Is that a word? Deliberacy? The deliberate.
Are you asking me?
No.
Urethral.
Urethral snow. I saw someone else make
what else
that
did
same.
Say? Oh, they did? I just said one on the weekend. I said instead of EDM music, I said EPMD because that's a band, and I just got it mixed. I got it mixed up. I'm like, I was listening to this great music on the way down Vibe, and it was like EPMD. They're like, "What'd you say?" You and Craig. And I'm like, "No,
sounds like a drug."
PD. I'm like, "No, yeah." And you guys like, it sounds like a drug. Yeah. So don't ask me for what words are.
That's no. I learned that a while ago. When I ask, it's to the universe, not.
Oh right, yeah. You don't want me to respond. Okay, I'll stay quiet.
But yeah, like I just want to like not plan necessarily because I think that's the next level is you're like you have this image in your mind where you're like this bird on a rock near this thing and then you have to find that location and like hopefully to somehow make the bird be there somehow. But I think I want to be more like, okay, there's these ducks here, they're swimming. I bet you coming past this other thing or this piece of structure or a light in the background with this lens would be a cool shot and kind of waiting for. I did get one. I didn't post it yet, but I might. I think it's dumb, but I also kind of like it. It's just a mallard standing on ice, preening himself.
Yeah.
But his head, it's like right in this red light that's across the way. I just think it's kind of neat. And I did it on purpose at the time, although I wish he was doing something more interesting, or even if he wasn't doing anything, if just standing there, it would have been, I think, better. Because the only sort of shot that I would say is in the kind of the amount of sharpness that I want was kind of him in a goofy position where he's like preening his chest, so his
with
head's
kind
all
of
folded up.
yeah.
But I still think it's kind of neat just because it's right in that red dot,
Mm-hmm.
and I just
Yeah,
want to
so
be more deliberate like that.
there was deliberateness there. Yeah. Yep.
There's just flashes of it. Like it's not like I'm thinking that the whole time, because then at some point the duck started feeding, and I was just like, oh, that guy's got something in his mouth. I took like 40 images of top down, like nothing burger shots. And I was like,
and it was like 12 feet away. Yeah.
Yeah.
The background is the water. Yeah. I mean, a lot of it is fleeting. Like, especially when you start adding elements in the background and shooting with bokeh and stuff like that, you do have to, like, you have to worry about background even more, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
In that situation. Yeah, it's a feature, exactly. Whereas like a stick in the background of a bird on a stick, you could probably just remove it. No one would know the difference, and that's fine. Doesn't really need to be there. You know, you're kind of looking for something clean anyway. So yeah, it's a feature. It's a little more deliberate.
Yeah.
And everything's dark. And there's 100 ducks in front of you, and it's jumping to and from other ducks, and you're just like, come on, it's lined up, hit. Like it's a crapshoot, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
I'm gonna crap on. Remember how we've been like I'll say me. I am like hard on my pictures. I'm just like, oh, not hard. I don't have hard ons for my pictures. I'm hard on my pictures.
That makes one of us.
When the one shot I got that I really like after we spoke and I played with the edit a little bit is of a redhead. I believe I posted it today. I don't like one thing about it. It bothers me. I know why, and I couldn't have really done anything. Well, I kind of could have, I guess, maybe. But when I ran it through the denoise, the cheek area of the bird was so dark. There's nothing there.
Right.
Like the picture, the camera got the color, but then when I denoised it, it's just like a glass sort of part of his face. And it bugs me. And like that's the kind of little, I don't know if that's little. That's the kind of stuff that bugs me in my pictures. And I'm like, oh, that little thing could be better, or that tiny area. Like someone's gonna notice this little thing here that pisses me off.
Yeah. I mean, and with a lens like that, with denoise maintaining like the details and stuff like it does, you can afford to actually expose a little more properly in camera. Because you'll get more out of it in the long run than you will trying to recover something that might not be there in post.
Yeah,
because you can recover quite a bit. You can't recover. You can maintain a level of detail.
Yeah,
that's all.
Yeah, I could immediately tell that lens was stinking sharp. Like even like the back of the camera, which is normally not great anyway. But I was like, worse. Oh, like this looks. Yeah. It looks better though. Like out of that lens,
it does.
I can tell.
But I think our bodies, like the LCD screen and EVF, doesn't quite have the resolution to actually show you what you're going to get when you go home. But when I'm shooting like the 100-400, I was shooting the 800. Like I knew I could always get a little bit. What I saw on the LCD is probably what I was going to end up with if I edited it properly, because it looked a little better from the raw. Yeah.
I have a question that I just thought of based on a statement. So George, the crazy person who always sells stuff and then buys it back and then sells it,
his name's Mike.
Also Mike.
Oh,
Mike and George should talk or not. I don't know if that's a good idea.
No.
But he sent me a message the other day basically being like a little bit down. He's got the February blues. So do I. It's just like, it's cold out. It's not spring yet. There's still snow. We got ice. Like frick. Like this is the worst. But he's like, you can't get good shots unless you go on African safaris or like bait stuff. And I was like,
yeah, absolutely.
That's not true. But
That's a hot take for
that's a
the
hot take. But I
ages.
was like,
For the ages.
I was like, no. But he also
Georgie,
we
Georgie,
we were
Georgie.
talking about switching cameras, and I had mentioned that I might want to try Nikon at some point. And then he was like, which I know. And he's like, which bodies? And I told him a couple, and he was like, he's tried a bunch of them, and he's like, he doesn't like that the frames per second of the EVF is lower.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't think I've really noticed that. But then I realized that I put my camera on smooth, I think it's called, in there. And then there's another setting that you can go like suppress lower frame rate, which basically locks the EVF and the back screen at 120 frames per second. But then I was reading another thing that said that eats a lot of battery. And I was like, oh, I will, because of what George said, I'll try using it at 60. And I will see if I notice. And I, at least on the R8, I think if you have the checkbox checked for suppress lower frame rate or whatever, it will be 60 until you're focusing, and then it'll jump to 120. Okay. So it'll only be 60 while you're looking around. And then like when you're actually taking a picture, like tracking something, it jumps to 120. And I was like, that's actually a cool feature. But I wanted to do that to see if I noticed impact of the frame rate being lower, but I didn't. But I think it was also helpful from that. So do you notice that kind of stuff? Basically, is where I'm going with
this. Actually, I did when I was doing the ducks flying in. So like the action when they're coming in and they're like doing erratic stuff and you're trying to track them. Yeah, you might notice it in that situation. I don't notice it for like posed, static kind of frames. But action, yeah, I think there's a purpose to have that setting for when it's like that blackout free, right?
Yeah, kind of.
To a degree.
Kind of. Yeah. I think it just doesn't like, not even that it blacks out. It just kind of like every picture kind of pauses it. So when you're tracking it, it kind of jumps around. You can't keep it in the same.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah. And you do notice that when you're trying to track something because you'll see like half of a duck in half your frame. You're like, how did I do that? I felt like I was tracking it the whole time, but like slow it down to 20 frames a second or something. And you're like, it points out where you've failed or the camera's failed you in this case, potentially.
But I think George likes to take action shots. So I can understand why he thought that was,
it's kind of a deal
feature
breaker.
He needed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's got the camera already. He's just upset about how expensive it was and thinks he could do something with less expensive.
And he probably could, which is fair, especially at a hobby level, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he has some pretty
ad nauseum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think that's sort of where that's where my drive for wanting to try stuff is. It's just like, oh, what can I do with this?
Yeah,
and then it might be better or worse. And I'm like, oh, that was worse. I shouldn't have sold that other thing.
That's the problem is like, we don't have the luxury of being like, I'll just go back to the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like you made a decision and a sacrifice. And now you're like, sometimes it's the right decision and sometimes it's not.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, you've kind of done all this effort to switch everything or change something out. And you're like, I'm not as happy as I expected to be. Because it's not always just what's on paper. It's also, like you said, the feel of something. You know what I mean? You have all these little quirks about why something might not be exactly how it was or feels different. And you'll get used to a lot of the things, but obviously they matter, or else there wouldn't be such thing as, options.
Yeah. I did the most Kyle thing I think ever.
Dumbest dumb guy I know.
Dumbest dumb guy. That joke's gonna have legs, I can tell. The most Kyle thing you can do is change a main setting that you've used on your camera right before going on an outing. And
at night, technically.
Did I change it at night?
No, we basically were shooting at nighttime, even though it was the morning. And you're like, I'm going to change everything. And it's going to be dark as fuck.
Yeah. And I'm going to be in the hardest possible thing. So The logic made sense. So on the R8, there's two wheels. There's
We should
one by your
workshop that.
finger and one by your thumb. We could.
We should workshop it to see if the logic actually makes sense. But go ahead.
Nah, just spew stuff and the world will listen or not. That's what 2025 and 6 is. Okay. Just say shit.
Yeah, perfect. I'm here for it.
Yeah. So I had it for the longest time on shutter speed was on the front wheel by my finger, and aperture is on the back wheel. And I was like, I never adjust the aperture at F9. Like, there's no reason for me to step down to 10 or why? It's too bright out here.
Yeah, go home.
Yeah, go home. I'm shooting the sun, not even an eclipse. I'm like, it's too bright. So I was like, I can see a situation where I'm shooting and I might want to adjust the aperture, or sorry, the shutter speed. So I moved the shutter speed to the back one. Then I thought, I don't adjust ISO manually. I do sometimes. I have a button, I push it and then use a wheel. And I was like, I wonder if I could put that on a wheel. And because Canon is freaking Canon, you can't put ISO on the front wheel. The only thing you can put on the front wheel is aperture or shutter speed. One of which I don't use and one of which I wanted moved to somewhere else. What the fuck, Canon?
Well, if you use back button focus, that thumb is already preoccupied.
I don't anymore.
See, that's the issue, because like if it's preoccupied pushing AF on and it's tracking, the only thing you really want to do, especially if you're using auto ISO, is adjust that shutter speed.
Right. Which
that makes sense. I understand you're going, but if I want to fuck everything up and do it the way I want to do it, I want the option to do it. And I get it. Sony, you definitely could put anything on anything. I agree. I know. I understand that. But I'm also
I'm gonna get a Sony logo for it.
But I'm also kind of like you're making it more difficult for yourself by wanting it this way.
Mm-hmm.
In my
You're not wrong.
I know I could be wrong. It's your opinion versus mine, but it's kind of like when you said it to me, I go, but why would you want to do that? And you said, well, I don't have back button focus anymore. And I went, oh, well, that changes everything. It changes everything because that's really set up for a back button focus style.
Not the opposite of back button focus, almost. So I put tracking on the front one. So like if I push the shutter button,
like the metering,
it'll
half press.
It'll start tracking the thing I'm pointing at. If I don't want tracking, that's what I have on the back button. So if it's a difficult focus situation, or I don't know, like I'm going to the auto show on Saturday, I might use car. Like I'll be taking pictures of cars. So I probably won't use the tracking. I won't stick it on car because I'll forget to turn it back. And when I go to shoot birds, then I'll be fucked.
You'll just use one shot or like one spot kind of focus.
Spot or a zone, yeah. And I'll just push it on the back and it'll just focus on whatever's in that little area.
Yeah.
And then because also Canon is dumb, I wanted to see focus peaking when manually focusing, just to kind of get an idea of where I'm in focus. So you can, on the 2-800, just start turning the manual focus wheel if it's on manual focus, and it'll start manual focusing. But it won't show you peaking for some reason, even though that's when you want it.
You have to be on manual focus, or you just can't do it.
You can't do it. So a cheat way, I don't know if I figured this out or no, actually I was watching a video and someone mentioned it because another guy complained about it. On the star button, so not the back button, but the one beside that, I set it to autofocus off.
That's what mine is.
When I'm holding it, it doesn't autofocus. And then when I use manual focus,
that's exactly how mine's set up. Because at times when I was using that Sigma, it would micro shift on a posed bird. So I would just go, no, stop everything. I already have it. And I'd start shooting. So that's
why wouldn't you just let go of the back button then?
Because what happens is it goes, and it would be like, wait, what do you want now?
Well, no, but if you
it would be shifting back and forth all the time.
But if you back button focus and you're at it, you could let go of back button and then the focus plane would stay there.
The Sigma didn't do that for some reason. It would keep tracking. It would still keep tracking it. and want to focus on something. That's my experience. Maybe that's what I had set up wrong, but my workaround for not fixing that problem was just have that stop focus. And actually, I
Yeah.
still use that now for early morning shooting.
Yeah, and I thought that after. I was like, I
So
should have, because there was a couple times where like, because it was dark and I'm focusing on a silhouette, it would
yeah,
just have a
yeah.
little trouble.
hmm
So I should have just locked it. This is again, like I'm great at thinking about what I should have done after. I need to kind
Yeah.
of
Well,
move that
which is
forward a
good.
little bit.
Which is good. You just need to then rectify it the next time. That's where we
Rectify
fail.
it.
That's
You didn't
episode
say that.
title.
I did. Rectify.
Episode episode title.
Maybe.
Okay.
No,
That
it's going to
that
be
or Swantanamo Bay.
Swantanamo Bay. It's what it's going to be.
Okay, but yeah, you just gotta rectify that a little better for the next time.
I do have to rectify it because, like I said, like I have all these beforehand. I'm like, okay, the back button or your back wheel now is now shutter speed, so just remember that.
Yeah.
And then at some point, I'm shooting ducks. I'm like, why am I shooting at f11 or f22?
Yeah.
Not just because
Yeah.
I'm bumping the shutter speed. I'm like, oh, whoops, or bumping the aperture.
But just the
Chaos.
same as like going to a location expecting birds to be in the same spot and having the same success, it's hard to put emphasis on you going out 3 or 4 times or one time every 3 or 4 weeks or 5 weeks and then expecting to be able to just pick right up. Like most hobbies, this one falls under the you have to keep practicing it to stay sharp.
I like the pun there. That was good.
No, but you do, right? Like
you're right.
You can definitely get rusty, and I think many of times you've been like, I just felt rusty. Yeah, and it happens. Yeah, it happens.
Yep.
The only way you can rectify that is by just going out and doing it more, which is totally hard to justify all the time, for sure.
I was thinking back to a time in my life where I worked a job that I hated, and the best part of my day when I worked there was lunch period because there was a park close by that I would just drive to and I'd walk around for an hour.
Yep.
With my trusty Sony kit, and I would just shoot whatever was there. Whether it was some ducks on the river, whether it was some warblers in the tree, or if it was high noon in August, it would be house sparrows or grackles, whatever. But like I felt more the repetition was there. Like I'm not necessarily getting bangers, but I'm honing like one of the things that one of my friends I'm putting in reps. And just like one of the things that a friend of mine is really good at is she'll see something and go push and like hold the camera up and it's right dead center of the EVF. I'm not great at that. Actually, no, she shoots DSLR, so it's not an EVF. But like I will just I'll look at like a door knob or like a switch and I'll just be like, and then try to get it in. I'll just do that in my office when I'm
you feel lucky,
working.
punk.
Yeah. Now my office faces down like a hallway. So like people are just gonna walk past and see me like
quick draw McGraw over here.
Yeah. Stick them up. Spin it around, put it back. But like I felt the most comfortable, I think, with the camera at that point. So
yeah,
what I was doing at my new work is because then for a while my wife and I were commuting together and she would take the car. So I didn't have a car to do that. But now, since we're going opposite directions, I have a car again at work. So I've found a couple locations near my work that are really, really close. So I'm going to start doing that again this spring and summer. I'm just going to go lunch period and like probably about the 2 to 8 for sure. And then hopefully get some spring stuff, and I think just going out more regularly, I'll be more comfortable with stuff. I won't forget where the wheels do. And
well, you might if you move them again.
I might if I move. Yeah,
right.
I might put them back
and again.
Change the front one to ISO or back one to exposure comp or something.
Have you ever tried just grabbing this and just like putting like Nikon over it, seeing if that fixes everything, or Sony?
Maybe I should try that. Just get a Sony sticker.
That's one thing you haven't tried. You've tried every button and dial combination. However, have you tried just rebranding what you already have?
No. What if I just put like some nail polish in the Canon logo to make it a different color? Maybe that'll make me feel better
Oh,
too.
ooh, sparkly pink.
There you go.
Let's go, boys.
That would be so good.
Okay.
The I actually like no. I was gonna say no homo. Can we say that? Is that too millennial
Sure.
of me?
Or pause.
Pause.
Well, that's the thing when you say it's like something gay, you go pause.
Oh, I have
That's
never
kind
heard
of
that one.
the more up to date version.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I
So you don't have
really
to say
like
no homo if you really
pink.
don't want to. What's wrong with pink? I wore pink for most of high school.
Excellent. I think
Always.
I
I wore
don't like
pink
the fact
all the
that
time.
some colors are like they get that connotation. I don't know. Colors are just colors. Who gives a shit?
It's pink. It's salmon. Tough fish.
Yeah.
So
Have you
I
seen the
always used to
meme that's
say.
like, hey salmon, we have a color named after you," and it's like, "Is it shiny and rainbowy like my scales?" And you're like, "No."
No.
What color is it?
Yeah, pink.
The
I loved
insides.
pink. Pink was big in like the early 2000s though. It was okay. Like a lot of people had like Hollister pink shirts with collars and that fluff
7
that
popped collars.
you would see my hat with my hair flipping over like the hockey do. Like yeah, like I was a big homo.
Chicks love the flow, bro.
Not anymore. Not at my age.
No. No,
No.
I don't have flow to have anymore.
The flow now is at 2 a.m., 4:30 a.m.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, the I yeah, I would I think every wedding that I ever went to apart from one that I can
Mhm.
remember, I wore a hot pink tie. I have like
Yeah.
3 or 4
Yeah.
different ones downstairs.
I think those are the only ones I saved were the pink ones.
Yeah.
I can find a brown one anywhere, but those early
Yeah.
2000s pink ones, come on. Yeah.
Those are S tier ties right there. How
That's
did we
right.
get out of ties? We've diverted.
This is what we do.
Absolutely.
Um
So basically what I'm saying is I need to shoot more.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna.
And you
I
need
think.
to edit
I always say that.
more on big screens versus small screens.
I have a really bad habit of just farting all my pictures onto my phone and going like
Good enough. Good enough. Good
6
enough.
presets in. Yeah. And I'm like, post it. Send it.
Yeah.
And then I'm like,
But-
this picture sucks. This picture sucks. This picture sucks.
It would be hilarious if you didn't put any real effort into getting the photos out there, but put all the effort into just editing them after. You know what I mean? At
I
least you're
think some people
consistent.
do that.
Maybe, but at least you're consistent. You're like, I didn't do it with deliberation, and I didn't edit it with any either. Like your workflow at least is consistent.
Slacker.
God, this is the last episode Kyle's doing with me.
Yeah.
So
after this, it's too much work. I can't do
this
it.
This abuse is off the chart.
No, I've been abused my whole life. It's fine. Right? That's how that works.
Does that really make it fine?
I'm fine. Right.
Fine.
But
yes, I've done the JPEG thing. I've done the RAW thing. I've done the JPEG and RAW. I've done the phone thing. Depends on what you want out of it, but if you want top tier, you got to use RAW and you got to use a big screen and you got to view it on a big screen and then you post it to social media and it's on a tiny screen and you're like, maybe you are right. Maybe this is all for naught. Because like some of the photos are so gorgeous and so sharp, and obviously Ray with Immerse in the Wild is pushing that type of viewing. Whether it's working or not, I'm not sure.
It's a noble goal.
It's noble, but it's very interesting because it's like you have to sit down, you have to deliberately go look at the photos. You're not actually getting like the photographer's name unless you like click on the photo and see more information. There's a lot more to ingest or digest. Ingest, same thing, I suppose.
Incest.
Yeah, that's it. There's a lot more incest and and like it's just I'm wondering if people are taking the time to slow down and actually look through it on a regular basis, or is it a one-time thing? I'm really interested in those kind of analytics, and I hope he comes out with them eventually and kind of and kind of talks about how the how it's working. Because everything's hustle and bustle these days. Everything's quick, fast.
Mhm.
Except for when I look at my own work, it's not quick and fast. It's deliberate and it's slow. And I go back
Oh.
on my computer and I do look at my photos far more than anybody else's because like they're
Hmm.
right there in like top quality. That's all. And I'm sure other
Yeah.
people's are, but we're just not seeing it that way.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to an art
I think
gallery. No homo. Is that did I use that right?
I think so. Um, the 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 big screen derailed. I just the convenience of a phone and the fact I can
Yeah.
do some edits on the phone is sort of the appeal. I don't I think I've said this in the past and I think it was a mindset thing where like I see computers all day and I don't
Yeah.
want to do more of that in my
You
downtime.
should, you should
But
take
for
up
some reason a
painting.
phone's different. No. We did some ganj once and watched a Bob Ross video and tried to emulate it, and I shouldn't paint in any condition for sure.
He makes it look so easy.
It's insane. And then I looked up because I was curious. This was after, but we were like, how many paintings did he have and where are they? And they're all owned by like his lawyer or like a trust or something. And like 5 or 6 get released every year because there's a shit pile
Oh, I
that
bet.
you can't just let them all out and then they'd be worth nothing.
Have you seen the meme where it's like, imagine he was a serial killer and all the photos they posted were just where he buried bodies?
This
Just the
one
most
lake
beautiful
somewhere is just
street. Yeah, just riddled with Bob Ross's
just
victims.
piles of bodies.
I had a little chuckle. Actually, if you go on like Pluto TV, there's a straight up like Bob Ross channel,
Yeah,
24/7. Happy little
sure.
accidents
Happy
for
little trees.
24/7.
I know this isn't new to anybody. I hate the man because like he
Who?
just
Bob
goes.
Ross?
I hate him in like the best way because
I'm
he'll be
clipping
like,
this.
just like fine. He'll be like, just do this, and he'll just jam the spatula of paint into the canvas, and it looks
Yeah.
fantastic. And when I do it, it looks like hot garbage.
He's done a lot more jamming than you.
That's definitely true.
He's
That
a
fro
gen.
dude.
He's the
Absolutely.
real Fro knows.
Fro knows
Fro knows paintings.
painting. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's got to be a joke in there.
We're rusty. We took 3
yeah,
weeks
see?
for this one.
Yeah, we're gonna last week, and then I can't remember what happened.
A couple things. My
Oh, I
kids
think
were
we
sick
just had
and
stuff. A couple things. Yeah,
yeah.
and then we are gonna do it on Monday, and then I didn't want to. I was like, I need a day of rest.
Most recording days we both don't want to, and then we do it.
Mm-hmm.
So just to let you guys know, you might be like, "Hey, where's the next episode?" And it's just like there isn't one.
I didn't want to. We'll get it to next time. We'll get another one.
Yeah.
Later.
There's another year coming.
Yeah, we'll keep coming, but it'll just kind of be sporadic, I think.
Yeah.
Because we be rusty.
Is that the episode title?
No, I think it was just Bob Ross's serial killer or something.
Did that throw you off?
It was good.
It's all he's thinking about now.
I am. I'm like, there's so many bodies.
There could be a lot. Well, you said there's so many photos in this trust, so it could be all clues.
Paintings, yeah.
Or paintings, yeah.
That'd be such a funny thing. It wouldn't be funny. Don't get me wrong. It would not be funny. But
no,
there's just
funny.
certain people that that's what I mean. Like, there are certain people that if that came out that somebody was like he was bad, you'd be like,
yeah,
what? Like, that's just doesn't make any sense.
But I also knew it.
Right? You'd be like,
yeah.
Like, no way. But
nobody other than serial killers wears pants that tight.
I never liked the tight pants trend.
Yeah, jeans as well.
I think it was just a 70s thing. Like he stayed in the 70s forever. Like, he was just like, this is where I'm living. I'm in the 2000s, so I get it. Like I'm just like I'm a 2000s kid for sure.
Yeah. I'd like to be in the
Baggy
90s.
pants are coming back, and I'm all about it.
Yeah, bell bottoms and baggy pants. Yeah. I like
90s
that. I
was
don't
great
know.
too.
90s was phenomenal when we didn't sit
A lot
inside
of
ever.
neon, a lot of bright colors.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it was the 90s, would I be better at photography?
No. Because you'd be using
No,
film.
I'd be worse. It's true.
No, you'd be broke. You'd be cutting grass for another canister of film.
Yeah.
Not wasting photos.
Have you been this guy now where you'll be in a situation where like a photo has to be taken of like a group of people, and they're like, "You take pictures," and then hand you a phone. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck.
Well, I used to do portrait photography, so I'm like, yeah, okay, sure.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I've always thought
those
about
beautiful photos of you in the bokeh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down.
I did take a couple of you that I haven't edited. I just showed them to you in the camera.
Like, this guy, delete.
This fucking guy was in the way. I could have been taking a picture of a swan.
Even Craig just like randomly sent me one photo on WhatsApp, and it was one that he took of me. I got one from him before I got one from you.
I love that you and Craig's like conversation is just sporadic. Like it's just random. Like it's just occasionally.
But it's like
something.
But it's like we never like it's like right where we left off though. We talked about this. It's great.
Yeah.
Where
That's
guys
the best
can
kind of
literally be
friendship.
like, I haven't spoke to you in a year and a half. What's up? And you're just like, I feel like I just spoke to you yesterday. Whereas girls will be like, I don't know, I haven't spoke to her in 6 months. She probably doesn't like me.
She hates me.
Yeah.
I just remembered all of the nicknames you guys came up with.
Oh, for Camp Daddy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were good.
So
ones.
there's Craig, Camp Daddy.
And then there's Mike, who's Camp Trip.
Camp Trip. I mean, if you know, you know. And Mark was Camp Tip.
Camp Tip or Camp Flip. I can't remember which one it
We're
was.
Flip. Yeah, he'll know why.
Yeah.
And then we need one for you.
No, I didn't go. I was camp.
I know, but
not there. Camp absent.
Camping elsewhere.
Camping elsewhere. That's pretty good. What were you?
Elsewhere?
You were camp skip. No, I can't remember the one that I thought we had one for you too.
Nobody ever remembers the names they give me.
I don't.
POS.
Point of sale.
Camp point of sale.
Dude, we should have like cute little pet names for each other on the podcast.
Okay. Okay,
now
Bunny.
Bunny. No, I don't want Bunny. I'm a bad Bunny. Like I can't. That was the worst.
Hey,
that was awful. Hey.
I don't know if we should have pet names. We're gonna have 4 listeners if we have pet names.
There's do you know who the slow-mo guys are?
No.
Okay, they're on YouTube. They just film stuff in slow motion. It's pretty cool.
I like them. I like them already.
Yeah. They call each other, like one of them's Gavin and the other one is what's Dan? It's Gavin and Dan. They both just call each other B, and I don't know why, but it's adorable.
Well, they'll be like, is it be like boo or like girlfriend or boyfriend?
I think
so. Yeah, I think so.
They're British, so I don't know if it makes.
Oh, it could mean something completely different. Yeah.
But they're just like they'll call each other B, or they're filming something. It'd be like, oh, can you put that over there, B? And I was just like, it's just a cute little like it's. Right. They're not. They both have significant others, I believe. So I don't think it's a.
That well, kind of I mean, that's never stopped people before.
It's true. It's very true.
Drop a comment. Drop a comment. What should our pet names be?
Oh, that'd be fun.
That'd be great. Even if we get one person to give us names, that's what we'll go with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that's the only option. You have a good shot of giving one of us a nickname if you just post a comment.
I'll go with it. I don't care. At least for the next few shows. If it doesn't stick, it doesn't feel right, it doesn't feel natural, we'll move on, but we'll try it.
I'll try it on for size, man, for sure.
We do need to get you to come camping, though.
Yes. You said it was June?
Well, yeah, that's a potential one, yeah. Because the meese, you know? The meese are in the river, eating the vegetation, and the bugs will carry you away. But it's fun.
Camping is fun. I've camped in bugs before, and it's It's like a rite of
But
passage almost. Like
have
like, I
you?
have to do it.
I'm sure you have, but have you camped and shot from a boat while the bugs are trying to carry you away? And by boat, I mean kayak or canoe.
I've done some of those things. No, I don't
Were
think
the
Craig and
were
I
the
went in
bugs really bad?
August, so the bugs weren't as bad.
No, there's no
No, but we
bugs.
did shoot loons from a canoe.
It's great when you're like swatting and they're going up under your like you're try using an EVF with mesh between you and it.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
frames per second doesn't matter at that point.
What are they? I don't know. Is your camera even on? Not sure.
Who cares?
We'll find out later.
My brother-in-law got married and his bachelor party was in Algonquin in like the beginning of June many years ago.
Yeah.
And we did like a walking backpack camp trip.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most mosquitoes I've ever seen in my life.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You'll experience something very similar if you come.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And
You just got to get, you just got, come? Pause.
Pause.
You just need to find wind or you just need to have a fire going, some smoke. You'll be good. But you can't sometimes have either of those in a kayak. Fire, don't recommend. Wind, much harder to shoot, but there's no bugs.
I could have a fire in my aluminum canoe.
You actually could. You're Grummond? Grummond. Yeah. We were talking about that. You paddling down Hailstorm Creek, no animals to be found because it's just like
just clanging about. Like me and my dad, we got it. I think at Algonquin at some point, and it was already used and beat up.
Of course, it's a Grummond.
When we used to go to there was like you had to go the lake we were going to. I think it was Tom Thompson. Mm-hmm. There was a creek you had to canoe up a little bit, and there was a portage, and the farther up the creek you would paddle, the less you would have to portage. So me and my dad were like, we're not carrying this shit farther than we have to. So we're just like down the river, like just paddling. And you could see a shiny line from where our boat just like scraped the bottom all the way to where we couldn't do that anymore.
Left.
Yeah. It was great. And then like
killed a few brook trout, but no big deal.
Yeah. The one time we were fishing for lake trout and it was like fucking high noon and we were just like baking in this freaking aluminum foil. Basically, we're just steaming ourselves. And I ended up catching a decent lake trout. And I was 14 or 15, so I was stoked. Reel the thing in. It's half the size of me. I'm like, this is awesome. And like we were going to eat it because we were there with like 12 of my dad's coworkers and their sons. And they all saw me from various points of the lake fighting this fish. So they all came over and then they started throwing their lines in. And then we put the fish in the bottom of the canoe and it was like, dun, 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 dun.
Oh no, it turned into dance hall music.
Yeah, this shit just echoed and we were like, we'll pull over for a bit and let you guys.
Yeah.
It was funny. But yeah, you could even just like bounce in it and it'll go, the bottom will wrinkle.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a great canoe.
You see a little trolling motor on it and there's barely any noise.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't this a bird photography podcast?
No.
I think it was. I don't know what it is anymore.
If I put it in ChatGPT, it says they might talk about birds, but there's a good chance no.
Well, the robot overlords know that. That's fine.
They just say there's tangents and laughter and sometimes up and down viewership, all that stuff.
Actually, I was going to say, I got an email the other day. It was from like Apple Podcast and it was like, we've updated our terms and conditions. And I was like, okay. So I like went into the thing and I have to like, okay it. But I saw that we have 2 5-star reviews on Apple Podcasts.
Hey,
I was like,
there you
sick.
go.
Thanks, both of you, whoever you are. Well, or if it was one person twice, thank you.
They were my burner accounts.
Yeah, one was you and one was me.
Hey.
It's like Steve-O's back tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. You can't force it. Yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah, dude.
This is super tangent, but he apparently just like there's nothing wrong with his voice at all. He just talks wrong. Like when he was learning to talk, that's just sort of how it started and he didn't correct it or that no one corrected him. So that's just how he talks now.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's crazy.
I mean, but it's like so distinctive, so it works.
Oh yeah. There's no one else that sounds like Steve-O.
There is this guy that like does an impersonation of him. It's pretty damn good.
That's fair. Like if you do an impersonation, that's one thing, but I don't think anyone naturally sounds like him.
Fair. All right. I am gonna send you one of these this guy's videos though of the impersonation.
I was gonna ask you a question, but this is really not a podcast topic. But do you see that comedian that I was talking about that I sent you 6 videos about?
Yes. Yep.
I like that guy.
He's good.
That's the kind of style of joke I like.
He's good. Yeah. I offended Kyle with some guy that is much like Mitch Hedberg. And then the comment section agreed with Kyle, and I mean the comment section is always right. So
let's go.
I gave it to him.
Absolutely. Thanks, man. It's one thing. It's so like Mitch is so dear to me that if you're gonna do an impersonation of him or like emulate him, like you have to fucking nail it, or you have to like somehow pay homage to it. I think that guy just stole it. Like it's not stole it. I don't.
There's something wrong with that guy though.
That's fine. You could have something wrong with you, but like there's something wrong with the guy I sent you too, and he's doing the same little small jokes with.
You're right. No, you're right. But I think like I don't think he has a choice. I think that's literally what he's like.
I think he has a choice
because
of what I said.
See, this is kind of where our disagreement is, because I've seen him many times. And I'm like, I don't know. I think this guy's like definitely has an IQ of like 18.
I think you have to be smarter than that to be that funny. But,
yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I just think like he's saying words exactly. I've listened to so much Mitch, it's crazy.
You've listened to way more Mitch than I have, yes. So you have that to go off of.
So he says words the same way that Mitch does. It's not that
like
the jokes are set up the same. Yes, like he's very familiar. So I think I just want to know his intentions. If he thought someone needs to carry this mantle and I'll be that person, that's one thing. Yeah. But if he's going, I'm going to be like him because he was fairly famous and I want to be famous. Like that to me is a different thing.
Right. Did I send you the one where he was going on about, maybe because you do know so much about Mitch, whereas I don't know as much or haven't followed as much. Did I send you the one where, this is probably not podcast conversation, we have this after, but where he says that he has a cast iron pan? And he goes, and if you have a cast iron pan, you have a responsibility. And he goes on about it. It's great. It's good. It's very good.
I do have a cast iron pan.
Me too. I love it.
Should that be what my new ground pot is made out of?
No. You were complaining about the steel one.
Yeah.
Or aluminum or whatever the fuck it was.
Put the 400 on the cast iron pan. That shit would go nowhere.
Nowhere. You'd need wheels on it and a motor.
Just drive it to where you're going.
Now we're on to something.
We're on to something.
Yeah.
Speaking of what we're on to, we should be off of this because now we're just chatting.
Yeah. Yeah. Weekend ender.
If you enjoyed any of that, be one of the 2 people who left us a 5-star review on something.
Mm-hmm. And if you already are, thank you.
Thank you to both of you, or one of you, or it could have been one of us. I don't know. I do think sometimes I don't remember. It was you. Okay. Share it with someone who also might find ridiculous conversations fun or funny or interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And would it help? We both don't want to work anymore. And we both know that I need to shoot more. So the only way that's going to happen is if I don't have to work.
Yeah. I don't want to not work and then do this forever though.
Really? That'd be great.
Yeah. I'd rather just work.
You'd be sick of me? Is that what it is?
No. This feels like more work than work does. And it's free.
It is free. No, but I think that makes it more work, I think.
Yeah.
It's free.
Yeah, literally.
All right.
I gotta set things up. Anyway, go on. Yep. It's your turn.
No, it's your turn, I think. No. As someone who edits it, I think I should remember, but I don't.
I'll do it. And I'll leave you with one tip.
Okay.
And then we'll start the music. One final bonus tip.
Okay.
The only time that it's not okay to kiss your mom on the lips is on your dad's birthday. Start the music.
What an ender. What an absolute ender. Well, thanks, everybody. That was fun. Well, it's been a blast. I don't know. Bye. Dropping wings on blast. Tune in next week. This one never in the past. Eagles, hawks, and kestrels flying so divine. Peep the live broadcast, podcast goldmine, twisting in the air. Birds of every kind. Critics gonna chirp, but they ain't ever dying. Zooming in on sparrows, robins in the mist. Matt's got the shutter, Kyle's got the twist. Feathered friends in flight, equipped with the strut. Angry Bird Pod Show, capturing the cut. Oh, they click in the snap, see the birds on the map. Angry Bird Pod Flow, flipping through the recap. Kyle and Matt, dropping wings on blast. Tune in next week, this one never in the past. On the twilight, watch the colors flash. Birds of every shade in a photogenic dash. No need for fame, just the birds flying free. Angry Bird Pod Show, bringing all the glee. And they snap, see the birds on the map. Angry Bird Pod Flow, flipping through the recap. Kyle and Matt, dropping wings on blast. Tune in next week, this but never in the past. Eagles, hawks, and kestrels flying so divine. Keep the live broadcast, podcast goldmine, twisting in the air, birds of back. So fine, brain Matt, dropping wings on blast. Tuning in next week, this but never in the past. In the past. Tuning in next week, this but never in the past. In the past. Zooming in on sparrows, robins in the mist. Matt's got the shutter, Kyle's got the twist. Feathered friends in flight, equipped with the strut. Angry Bird Pod Show, capturing the cut. From dawn to twilight, watch the colors flash. Birds of every shade in a photogenic dash. No need for fame, just the birds flying free. Angry Bird Pod Show, bringing all the glee. Oh, they click and they snap, see the birds on the map. Angry Bird Pod Flow, flipping through the recap. Kyle and Matt, dropping wings on blast. Tune in next week, this one never in the past. From the past. Not shortcut. Not shortcut. Angry Bird Pod Show, bringing all the glee. Bringing all the glee.